My name is Chaplain Luke Merideth, and I'm chaplain for Phoenix Dream Center. I work very close with Church on the Street. My story goes back, let's see, in 1981, on a cold December night, a child was born. No, I'm just kidding. We're not going to go that far back. But I can tell you that I didn't grow up in the church. I didn't grow up as a believer. My mom was a backslidden Catholic, you could say. She expressed the idea that there was some kind of being upstairs, and that was about the extent of my faith. And so, armed with just about that, in 2004, I went to Iraq, and I was a Navy Marine Corps medic. And so I saw a bunch of stuff out there. About 80% of what I saw was blown up Marines, people I knew, people I ate breakfast with that day. And so I picked up a lot of spiritual baggage before I even knew what that was. And so coming home, for a while, I was doing okay. I was a nurse, and I was, having a lot of fun doing that job. And then, things kind of piled up, and I found a good way to deal with the things I had picked up, the feelings I had picked up, and the issues, out overseas, was drugs. To numb everything and just get through. I didn't have Christ. I didn't have God. I didn't have faith to lean on that I knew of. It was funny that I was trying so hard to find a guy who's everywhere at once, and I was just looking with the wrong set of eyes, I think. But so things spiraled downward. A habit turned into addiction, and that turned into just being incredibly stupid. I had about 3 heart attacks before I was 26, all stupidity induced, with a needle in my arm. And finally, rock bottom for me was when me and my girlfriend were pregnant and still addicted and needed to do something. So right after we had our baby girl, Cadence, we came to the Dream Center, to Church on the Street. And I figured it was free. That was the right price for me, so I was going to try the place out, and maybe I'll figure this Christianity thing out, when I get there. If you'd have told me 6 years ago that I would own a Bible, maybe, that I would go to church regularly, probably not, that I would be an ordained minister for the gospel of Christ, I would have laughed you out of town. But here I am on account of what I got at Church on the Street. So I showed up and I met Pastor Walt, and I was just, looking for a break, looking to get sober for a while and then move on. And I saw that he had something in this life that was just awesome, that I wanted. He had a drive and a passion. And so one night at one of our prayer nights, I talked to him, and I told him that I was seeking to understand. And he prayed this just spirit-filled prayer, and it's like he was reading my mail. He was just saying everything that was on my heart, and in that moment, God said, "I'm here." And that's all I needed to know, was that he existed, that he was there, and I was off and running trying to figure out the rest, getting into the Word and learning about God and Christ. And as I was trying to figure out who he was, I found out who I really am. And so I've been clean and sober for, almost 6 years now, and it's a good life. My daughters have only known me that way, which is awesome, amazing. And now I'm working for the Phoenix Dream Center, still working closely with Church on the Street. I am the director of executive projects, which means I handle different projects. I write policy and rules and things for the Dream Center as a whole, and just help the CEO, Pastor Brian, out wherever he needs. And it's a good life.